Today was an amazing day. Okay, so got up, got started with the day at 5:01 is when I accepted my first request. It was a DoorDash actually, and let's see. I got up because I got up at 4:45. That's what time my alarm goes off every morning. I sometimes get up, sometimes I don't. But I woke up around like 4:50. I was like officially got up out the bed. Like, all right, let me get my ass up. So I get up, go downstairs, wash my face, brush my teeth, do all of that stuff. 5:01 hits and I accept the DoorDash, but I'm not fully ready yet. So I still got to throw my clothes on. So I go do that. I don't officially probably leave the house until about 5:10. So I leave the house at 5:10 and roughly, and I got to go to Burger King to pick up the first order. So I go do that. And then I take it to the drop-off. It was, I want to say, let me look it up. I think it was $14 and some change for that one. That was the first order of the day for DoorDash, or just period. So yeah, today's February 28th. So yeah, $14.50 was the amount. See if y'all can see that here. Boom, $14.50. That was the first ride of the day. Nothing crazy. But then throughout the day with DoorDash, I ended up making, about $77. So $77 and some change throughout the day overall with DoorDash. Now, if you're new to this channel, I do 5 different gig apps. So I do DoorDash, I do Instacart, I do Lyft, Uber, and Amazon Flex. I primarily do Lyft, Uber, and then I'd say after that is Flex and DoorDash. Instacart is seldom. I accept rides with Instacart, or excuse me, I accept batches with Instacart seldomly. It depends on how good they are. So today I did do one Instacart. I did a solid amount of Lyft rides. I might have did about 2 or 3 Uber rides, and then I did how many DoorDashes did I complete today? I did about 6 DoorDashes. So yeah, I already told you one Instacart. I didn't do any Amazon Flex today. So I did 4 out of the 5 apps today. Yesterday was another great day too. Now, yesterday I didn't have to go to my other job, so I was out longer than I usually would be as far as doing the gig app stuff. I still got started around the same time. It was like it was a little after 5:30 when I got started yesterday. But I ended up doing over $300 yesterday with all the gig apps. What helped though also is the fact that I got paid for Amazon Flex without actually having to do the Flex order. So that doesn't happen often. For me, that was my first time, but I've heard of people talking about it. So what happens is you'll go ahead and accept to do an Amazon Flex block. You go to the warehouse, and when you clock in or you sign in, they give you 30 minutes from that time, or from the time of your scheduled block, to actually receive the block. And if you don't receive a block within that 30-minute time frame, then what happened is you'll get a message saying that, hey, we're sorry that you had to wait this long, but no blocks are available. You are free to go home. And on the upside, you also will get paid for this block. So it was a $70 block that I was looking to do. And I didn't have to actually do it. I did have to sit around for 45 minutes. So it took 45 minutes from the time I clocked in to the time I received the message. But I did get paid that $70 and then gravy. So I didn't have to spend the time, which would have it was supposed to take 3 hours. I probably would have got it done in 2. But either way, I was there for 45 minutes. I got the $70. And then I turned on my Lyft app, my Uber app, and just started taking some more rides. I think I ended up doing, after that, another close to $90 or so on Lyft and Uber prior to my day finishing, because my daughter had a volleyball game last night, so I had to get to that. And so I chilled and then went to the volleyball game. So between yesterday, which was over $300 a day, and today, which I only was out for 5 hours because I started at 5 o'clock. I was done by 10 o'clock. And in total, I did close to 250, like 247. That is a really, really, really good day. Now, I'm gonna actually show y'all. So I showed you the first one of $14.50. This is my DoorDash for the week so far. For the week, DoorDash is $130. It's not a crazy amount, but if you look at today's date, which is the 28th, then you'll see I had the $14.50, I had $8 and some change, I had a $35, and then the last one, which was $19, which equates to that $77 once you add it all up that I earned for today on DoorDash in the 5 hours I was out. And then let's go to, I didn't do Flex. I had one Instacart. So what I did was I was on my way to do an Instacart. This is the one I accepted, the only Instacart I accepted, which was supposed to be $17, but they didn't have an item in the store, so I had to refund that item. And then I only ended up actually getting $10 and some change. And when I cashed out for the day, they take out money when you cash out instantly. So I only got the $9. It's the 28th today, so you gotta look past all the other dates. But for the 28th is the $9 and some change, like nothing crazy. But what happened was I accepted that $17, what was supposed to be $17 Instacart. And at the same time, there was a DoorDash that came through, and it was at the store down the street from the Instacart order I was, shopping. So I'm like, I'm gonna just do both of those at the same time. So I did both of those at the same time. Cool. Then I went and dropped off the Instacart, dropped off the DoorDash. So Lyft and Uber, which is where I made the bulk of my money. Let me go on ahead and show y'all that. So for the day, I did 6 rides on Lyft for $62 and some change. And then I did, how many rides did I do today? 3 rides today with Uber. And in total, $92 and some change. Now, so you add the 92, you add the 60, whatever I had with Lyft, you add the 75, and then you add the other 10 or whatever. Like in total, it's 240 something that I earned from all 3 apps. It's pretty solid. So, the thing with Uber though, so for the people that don't know, Uber and Lyft changed, so Minnesota changed some laws that required Uber and Lyft to pay, in Minnesota at least, the drivers a certain amount of money minimum. And so I actually have to look up exactly what that is. I kind of forget, but it's like $1.20 per mile. And then it might be like 60 something cents per minute. And that is the minimum guarantee that you're supposed to earn per ride in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. So what happens is Uber and Lyft found somewhat of a way around that. So they don't actually give you that $1.20 per mile and that 70, 80, whatever it is, cents per minute that a person is in your vehicle. They don't give you that for every ride. What they do though is they make sure that it averages out to that per every 2 weeks. So on a bi-weekly basis, you'll get paid the difference from what you earned and whatever the minimum requirement is. And if you don't meet that minimum requirement, then they pay you the remainder of what you're owed. So today I got the remainder of what I was owed from Uber over the last 2 weeks for not necessarily meeting that minimum requirement in earnings that I'm supposed to earn. And so they sent that out to me, which was $54 and some change. Now I got that same thing with Lyft. So they both do it every other week. They'll send this money out to you. So with Lyft, I received it on Wednesday, which today's Friday. So on Lyft, I received it on Wednesday. It was like $124 or something. And then Uber, I got the $54 today. And so another 2 weeks from now, in 2 weeks, I'll get whatever the difference is again from Lyft on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I'll get the same thing from Uber, which I never really am expecting that money because I feel like I always make sure that I make whatever that minimum is. And it's not that I'm necessarily looking at the dollar amount per mile that I'm earning or anything, but I know on average, I'm making at least $30 an hour every single time I'm out here. And so for me, I always feel like a lot of times I'm making more than what that minimum requirement is that they say that you're supposed to earn, or the minimum earnings that you're supposed to earn. And so I never necessarily look for these payments when they come, but when they come, you know, I'm not mad at it at all. So, thirsty. It's windy as hell out here today too. But so today, that's what I earned, a 240 something. No Amazon Flex. Yesterday was over 300 doing, I want to say all of them, but I did Flex, but I didn't do Flex as I told you before, or as I already said, because I got let go, or I was able to leave without needing to do the batch, and I still got paid. So that's that. But I am about to call it one. Today was a good day. I'm not mad. I got to work at 3 o'clock, and I left my license, my ID, at my aunt's house. So I got to go to my aunt's house and pick that up. But then after that, I am going to the job. So that's it. I'm out of here. Y'all can probably see right now this Metro Mobility van that just popped up behind me. That's actually my mother-in-law hopping out. And so, yep, that's her. I was positive that was her because they pulled up right in front of the house like this. So I'm going to go ahead and holla at y'all.